All right, here we are. Hello, everyone.
Oh, first time live. Well,
On the plus side, I mean, you have at least the opportunity to look at the chat. Oh, that's the other thing. We need somebody to monitor the YouTube at some point, but I've got a chat bubble here on the side of me. So
I can check it. I can check the YouTube now.
yeah, I'm gonna broadcast it on Twitter. Like all this is gonna be in the live stream too.
It's all right.
Wow, everybody's on today.
Yeah.
So
I can check it. I can check the YouTube now. 75 subscribers.
broadcast it on
That's
Twitter.
actually unreal.
All this is gonna be in the live stream too. It's been
Jeez.
it's slow, but we're getting there. In a sec.
I think we got
Everybody's
to 75 pretty quickly. All things considering.
I can check it. I can check the YouTube now. Let me lower the volume. Because I'm gonna echo if I don't. Boop. Okay. Oh, we've got 2 viewers. Ooh, I think that's just you and me.
Probably. But the screen overlay looks pretty sick.
This is just the default for Streamlabs.
Really, when I went on Streamlabs, probably because I chose one of the different defaults, but they got some pretty decent looking presets.
I'm gonna switch us over to watching that live stream right now.
No stress, no stress.
So the weird thing is how this is all set up since I'm still new to all of it. I have to actually keep the big window open, otherwise it becomes a black screen. And you'll see the transition on the feed in a minute.
That is not ideal.
Yeah, I make it work. And I've got spaces for all of our little icons at the bottom.
That actually looks very clean.
Thank you. I tried using standard OBS, but it's temperamental. If things aren't exactly right, it will fail almost consistently. And Streamlabs is what everyone else is telling me. Is like, use Streamlabs, it's easier. Just it works better. And yeah, it does. Totally does.
Yeah. My personal opinion is, for beginners, Streamlabs is quite good, but when you get into it, OBS is definitely the way to go if you know what you're doing.
Joke's on you. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I mean, you've done pretty good, all things considering.
I guess I just fall back on some of my training from art school, layouts and whatnot. Just using this to really pad some portfolios, so to speak. But I do love doing this. It's honestly the only reason why I keep pouring all of my spare time into editing and whatnot, is because I love to do this kind of work.
Yeah, speaking of school, I've actually been thinking of going back to school.
Oh yeah, what
Yeah. Probably something IT related.
Nice. I know quite a few people here in the States that are in that field.
Yeah, it's something I'm quite interested in, and also, I mean, I'll do it part time because I still need to work to earn that money. But it's good to have something to fall back on.
Indeed.
So, I mean, the future is IT.
Me, I've once I catch up with my life errors, I plan to hit the local university here and maybe take up a course curriculum on Japanese. It's something that I've wanted to do for my life, and their coursework is very detailed. It's not just Japanese language; it's the whole Japanese culture. They just throw you the whole book. There's even
That could be
opportunities.
pretty cool.
Yeah, there's even opportunities for cultural, like for immersion. Oh, pardon me. For full immersion, if that's something that you're interested in. Unfortunately, that avenue is probably more than most likely closed to me, only because I'm married and my wife would probably shoot me if I was gone for 6 months.
Oh, take her with you.
Well,
Sure, they'll allow a +1.
not sure, but her job actually will keep her here. She's she's a one-on-one aide with a special needs girl, and at the school that she's working at, she just got told that they need to tap her to become a teacher. They want her to take a teaching position because they are losing a few members, and because of her credentials and how well the young lady that she's been helping has thrived under her care, they decided, no, we want you for a teacher. We need you for a teacher. We want you here full time.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, your wife's definitely got a very meaningful job. I don't think you could take her away from it.
I would never dream of it. It's important to her, so it's important to me.
Indeed.
We already know how big of a sap I am.
Ah, yes, of course, without a doubt.
So there are a few video.
Sorry.
Wow, that was loud.
Yes, I'm just tweaking settings on my laptop.
Gotcha.
Um, so I should probably turn that down.
I've turned down the audio for the stream.
Sorry?
I'm just turning down the audio for the stream in itself to make sure that it's not too loud. Because you know how those copyright bots are. Like, oh, I hear something. It's copyright.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But the live react from last week was alright, but that one I kind of oopsed a little bit, and I didn't have the sound for the trailer. I thought I had it loud enough, but apparently it didn't even translate at all. So I've bolstered the sound here and lowered the sound on the actual video to see if that works. Oof, 5 minutes. I'm excited. What are you thinking we're gonna see?
After the Pokemon trailer and people saying how Ceruledge and Armarouge look very Mega Man-esque, I was actually thinking it could be quite cool if we saw a newer Mega Man game, but I doubt that'll happen. But here's to hoping. Maybe some Breath of the Wild 2 teasers. Definitely some kind of roundup for Pokemon, because the game is fairly close. Yeah, I think that's about it on my end. What about you?
I'm hoping for some news on Zelda 2, and I would actually like to see a Metroid Prime collection personally. I know a lot of people are expecting Metroid Prime next year, possibly because they had to do a full restart, but and it seems too early to drop a Metroid Prime collection. But I think that if you want people to really understand the game, they should have a chance to be able to play the original 3 Primes to catch up, and those were not small games, if I recall.
Yeah, no. I'd completely forgotten about Metroid, uh, as I'm sure a lot of people have, but could be very cool to see.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just really hoping that that we get at least some decent announcements for this year. Not like my wallet can take it. I mean, I've taken, let's see, I've already picked up the Cowabunga collection. I'm waiting for my physical copy of Shredder's Revenge. I've got both Pokemon games on pre-order. I'm looking at the Monster Rancher the Monster Rancher Ultraman game coming out next month, actually. There's Sonic Frontiers on my radar. I'm pretty sure I forgot another game or two that's sitting there.
Yeah, listen, the Ninja Turtle stuff is very cool.
Well, I mean, 13 games for what was it, $40? Couldn't beat that.
Jeez. Yeah, considering the norm is 60 for Nintendo games and 70 now for other games, that's a pretty solid deal. Why so much noise?
I yeah, I actually started going through the original Ninja Turtles game to beat it again, and I'm gonna tell you right now that game is damn near impossible. If it wasn't for the save points and the rewind spots, I'd still probably be trying to beat that damn stage.
I never really played any of the Ninja Turtle games. I was more of the cartoon kid.
The original NES game from Ultra Games is always on one of the top 20 hardest games lists. Like, it's consistently up there.
Gee.
Yeah, that just goes to tell you how long that game is so old, and it is still making the lists. But well, we got 1 minute to go, so here's the excitement. Woo-woo.
Very exciting.
What a time to be alive. Man, I remember having to wait months for magazines, and now we just YouTube. There.
Dude. I mean, the way people consume information now is crazy. I mean, so in South Africa, we didn't really get a lot of the magazines and that. We got a few of them, but obviously, I think it was like one or two of the top ones. I can't remember their names. I know there was a point where the Nintendo Power magazines were being. Oh, it's starting. Okay, I'll hold that thought.
Let's see. Here we go.
We live on the continent of Elyos. 4 realms surrounding a holy land at its center. 1,000 years ago, our lands endured a vicious war with the Fell Dragon. We called upon heroes from other worlds to aid us, heroes known as emblems. With them, the warriors of our nations fought as one.
This seems very Fire Emblem-y.
Defeating and imprisoning the Fell Dragon.
I don't know.
In the years since, our world has been safe. But now, I sense a resurrection. the binding weakens.
Maybe not. I like the style. It looks pretty cool.
I do. It looks beautiful. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is a Fire
Very-
Emblem game.
Mm.
But I'm also
I think
getting...
the style's very reminiscent of. I'm getting big Genshin vibes as well. But or Genshin-esque vibes.
This is yeah, it's Fire Emblem. You called it. Engage. Oh, is this a Dynasty Warriors type game?
1,000 years? That's how long I've been asleep.
What are those horrible things?
If I may, you are a divine dragon, a member of a royal family of dragons revered as deities.
The war. The Fell Dragon. I feel like I can almost remember. But
Jeez, I love me a
My eye on you.
a good strategy game.
Marth, right.
This one is always so brutal, though.
Sigurd,
Leave it to me.
It is rather quiet, I know.
It's like once you lose your character, that's it. They're gone forever.
I suppose
time has come. Now,
it makes it more interesting. I mean,
engage!
when your actions actually have consequences, I think that's what really makes a game.
I definitely agree, and the fact that it changes your gameplay gives it such a higher replay value. But I got a friend of mine who's gonna probably hunt this game down. She's a huge Fire Emblem fan.
She asked me to gather all of the rings and bring peace back to Elios.
I will say, the last two didn't really pique my interest very much. I played Three Houses a little bit, but I couldn't really get into it. But this definitely a bit of me.
I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi, and I'll be your guide for today's Nintendo Direct. What you just saw was the latest installment of the Fire Emblem series. Fire
I'm digging
Emblem
this.
Engage. In addition to the standard version,
Definitely a strong start.
we'll be releasing the Fire Emblem Engage Divine Edition, containing
Ooh.
collectible items.
Pretty.
Please look forward to more information about this game in the future.
I think I just heard my wallet
Let's
pack
take a
up and
look at the
leave.
First batch of headlines.
I've never been much on the Fire Emblem series, so I'm safe here.
It takes two to tango.
See, I'm very much a collector at heart.
Cody and May's relationship is
So,
but it gets even tougher when they're turned into dolls. To get their bodies back, they'll brave
Voodoo
an onslaught
dolls.
of challenges where working together is the only way forward. Team up and cooperate with a friend in this critically acclaimed two-player platforming adventure. Even the bumpiest road can be traveled with someone by your side. Venture through fantastical worlds filled with challenging
that's cool.
experiences around
this
every corner.
definitely reminds me of what's that game? I think it's called It Takes Two.
On two systems via local wireless
Well, I know
or
there's
online
an
with
old
PAL
shooter game
via the
called
Free
Army of
Friend
Two.
Pass. Help Cody and May return to normal. With a partner, of course.
Jeez.
It Takes Two launches on the Nintendo Switch system November 4th.
So I wonder if that free friend pass means you. Oh, it's called It Takes Two. Oh yes, because this is released on other consoles. If I'm
Oh, is this another one of those photograph games? I can't remember the name of it now. Fatal
After
Frame.
mysteriously vanishing as a child,
That's the one.
I've never-
Minasuki visits an
Ah,
abandoned
there we go.
hospital in search of her lost memories. Use the camera obscura to repel evil spirits and uncover the memories that were sealed away. A dark curse looms near. What ancient rituals will be revealed? Fatal Frame, Mask of the
Oh, wasn't this teased earlier in the year?
I know they were porting the older ones over.
There's a new hero who looks mechanical? Introducing Wave 2 of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion pass for the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 game. This is
I know a
Una,
few people would be
new
interested in this
hero.
one.
She appears to be, mechanical?
I'm gonna be honest.
Complete her
I own the
stats
game. I've
to
played 5 minutes of it. I didn't even know there was expansion passes.
classes and battle strategies.
That's okay, I don't even own the game. I skipped this one.
Battles will also be added. Test your mettle in consecutive battles against tough enemies.
My issue is that I don't really connect with the Xenoblade Chronicles
Challenge even
games.
stronger enemies
I've
to
got
earn valuable
X, and I've gotten
accessories
only
and
so
special
far,
outfits.
and even then, for as far as I've gotten, it's still somewhat confusing to me.
More hero and gameplay additions will arrive in
I mean, yeah, it's definitely.
2 of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3
It's not as straightforward as something
October 13th.
like let's just use Pokemon for example. It's not as straightforward as that.
Nintendo
It is a bit more complicated, so
Radical nonsense.
I can definitely understand
SpongeBob
that.
and Patrick make a wish that unravels the very
Well, I'm out
fabric
here.
of the universe.
See you
In this
later.
3D
It's SpongeBob.
platforming
We're done
adventure,
here.
you'll travel through portals to 7 outlandish wish worlds, like prehistoric kelp forest and Wild West jellyfish.
I've never been a SpongeBob fan, so this is I'm totally out here.
Don over 30
I mean,
fantastic
it looks
cosmic
cute and all,
costumes,
but I
and meet your favorite Bikini Bottom
SpongeBob.
residents from the TV series, voiced by their original actors. Soak up SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake, launching on Nintendo Switch next year. You're already
Ooh, Fist of the North Star.
fit? Box with familiar characters.
Are you
from
kidding
Fist of
me?
the North Star. They'll be your instructors in exercise mode, leading you through various boxing drills. Defeat as many enemies as you can with just your fists in battle mode, or take on rivals in boss battles, including Jaggy. Fitness Boxing, Fist of the North Star, launches on Nintendo Switch March 2023.
My wife owns the first one. I may have to pick it up on that one on
Throw
principle.
whatever you can at opponents in this hilariously hard-hitting party game. Embrace the absurdity of frantic minigames, each one featuring ridiculous rules in madcap arenas. Customize your character from head to toe with hundreds of accessories. Plus, challenge up to 6 friends and frenemies in local and online play. They won't even know what hit them. Oddballers launches on Nintendo Switch early next year. A small fox washes ashore on a ruined island. Brave the unknown in this isometric action-adventure game. Your only clue here is the manual. Traverse the island's interconnected realms to retrieve its missing pages. Dangerous traps and even more dangerous
This is
monsters
cute.
lurk around every corner. What long-lost secrets will the island reveal? Tunic launches on the Nintendo Switch system September 27th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
I think your mic's cutting in and out, my man.
Intel has arrived for these front
Oh, sorry, that's just me hiccuping. I was holding my breath trying to get rid of them.
Gotcha.
In Front Mission 1 Remake, you'll pilot giant machines called Bonzers in tactical
Interesting.
turn-based combat. As you progress, you'll obtain skills that can help you gain the upper hand against opponents. You can also test your mettle at the
I
Coliseum.
know a couple of guys that might be interested in this gun. They've been playing the SD Gundam game that just came
Continue
out
the
recently.
battle in the sequel, previously unreleased outside of Japan. Take advantage of
This definitely gives me.
weapon and armor attributes.
There's a mobile game called, I think it's called like War Robots or something.
Front Mission 1
It's
Remake launches on Nintendo
very similar to,
Switch this
or very
November.
similar looking to this.
2 Remake will launch on Nintendo Switch next year. And in the future, a remake of Front Mission 3
Wow, they're just
will
going right
also
through all of
launch
them.
on Nintendo Switch. It's a wonderful life for a new generation. After nearly 20 years, a beloved farming experience is reborn.
Story of Seasons.
Welcome back to Forgotten Valley. Here, you'll manage a farm passed down to you by your father. Restore and expand your farm as you nurture crops. care for your friendly animals, and help the land flourish.
Oh, I'm gonna have to pick this up. You can wash the cows.
Out in the valley.
Xseed did a remake of an old Sega game
In this installment,
for PlayStation, and it was one of my favorite RPGs ever. It was called Lunar the Silver Star.
their appearances will change over the
But
years.
Oh wow.
the last time
Your
they
child will
that
also choose
that game
their
was
career
released was
based
back
on
on the
how you
Vita.
raise them.
I'm sorry, not the Vita, the PSP.
God.
An especially wonderful
Speaking of the Vita, imagine if it was released now.
I'm not even sure if it would work.
Story of Seasons.
It's
Nintendo-
basically
Launches on Nintendo Switch, summer 2023.
it was basically the Switch before the Switch.
This is Splatoon 3. Shiver and Fry are the new announcers. I miss Callie and Mari.
The first post-launch Splatfest
Hey,
for Splatoon
calamari.
3 has been confirmed. Here's the theme. What would you bring to a deserted island? Gear, grub, or fun?
I do have a
What
lot
would you bring, Draco?
So
Uh,
many
gear.
incredible possibilities. Which team will you
I can
join?
find grub.
And
I
more
just
free
put
updates
Timon
are
and
planned
Pumbaa.
for Splatoon 3. Be on the lookout for more info in the
I always did
future.
like the Splatoon
Yeah.
series. They're fun.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna pick this up, but
What did you think?
I've seen some people playing
What would
playing
you
it on
bring
it.
to a deserted
I actually
island?
really like it up. I've been considering picking it up.
As for me, I've already decided. I hope you'll all
It's
participate as well.
got a bit of a learning curve, but once you get past it,
Next,
it's
please
pretty
take a
fun.
look at this.
Okay, so it's a Squeenix presentation. Triangle strategy.
I mean, listen. You would think so. It does look
No.
like Triangle Strat.
Oh, Octopath 2.
Introducing a brand new game in the Octopath Traveler series.
I didn't think we'd get an Octopath 2.
I actually have to finish the first one. I do enjoy it, but I kind of hit a roadblock with the game.
Without bloodshed.
I'm going to become a star and bring smiles to people's faces.
I mean, it's definitely a style of game I could always come back to.
Yeah, the only issue I have with it is that you get to a certain point and you have to grind to get to the higher level, but the things that you can take on are so weak on the experience that it becomes more of a chore, and the things that are coming up after are too strong for you to handle, so you're kind of literally just stuck.
Explore a wide world set
I see.
in era. Each traveler's path action differs between day and night.
Oh, so they're introducing a day and night cycle to this now. Okay.
Lord knows well the ways of the world.
What will happen when their paths
Interesting.
intertwine?
Let's go, Temenos.
And what adventures await them in this new world?
Think I found the source. Tasty stuff, huh?
The 8 travelers each have their own story to tell. Where will their journeys lead them and you? Octopath Traveler 2 launches on Nintendo Switch February 24th,
Wow.
2023.
Did not expect this one.
That,
What you just saw was
jeez, and that's pretty soon, hey?
from
Yeah.
Square Enix.
I'm gonna have to hold off on that one for a bit.
Please look forward to the journeys of 8 new heroes.
Yeah, I might wait for a sale or something. It's not
Let's see some more
something
heroes.
I'd pick up day one.
I just have too many things to play on day one.
A magical home is waiting for you.
Oh, why does this one look familiar?
Welcome to your new fairy tale life in Fae Farm.
Nope, it's not familiar at all.
Cultivate your homestead and forge everlasting friendships in this farm simulation RPG. Discover
a
magical
more
spells to grow
colorful
crops.
version of Stardew Valley.
Face off against mischievous foes. And explore the
Yeah, I was gonna
enchanted
say
realms
it
of Zoria.
looks like a mix between
Along the way,
Stardew and
befriend a lively
Animal
cast
Crossing.
of characters
I
who
agree.
Call this island their home. Tend and grow your fairy tale farmstead solo or together with up to 4 players in local or online.
Does have a very
play.
cute art style as well.
Gathering resources
does.
and crafting items, you'll be able to customize your home and enjoy this mesmerizing adventure even more. As the seasons change, new spellbinding surprises can be unlocked that'll help you restore Azoria to its natural splendor. Magic awaits in Fae Farm, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch Spring 2023. It's a musical blast from the past.
Oh,
Ironic
this
that
is-
a farm game launches in spring.
Is this game.
Theater rhythm game. Enjoy iconic songs like One Winged Angel, Torn from the Heavens,
It's Guitar Hero on Switch.
Suteki Dane, and more.
Oh no.
Songs total. Songs are categorized by game,
Jeez.
so you can
I
play
wasted so much of my life playing Guitar Hero.
music.
Hey, I like the drums. Don't knock it.
In addition, 2 players locally can complete stages in pair style, while up to 4 players can battle to the beat in online multi-battle. Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line begins its symphony on the Nintendo Switch system February 16th, 2023. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop. After the game's launch,
You know,
DLC
ironically,
songs from the
Guitar
songs.
Hero is what got me interested in wanting to learn how to play the guitar.
I have a copy of Rocksmith because I was thinking maybe if I ever get a guitar I could do it, but my passion is for drums.
Plus, editions containing a season pass.
Wow.
And 27
No, I'm sorry.
extra songs, including
Jeez.
Melodies of Life, will be available.
I didn't actually think the Final Fantasy song library was that big.
Well, you're looking at 14 games. Minimum.
Blast off on an adventure of galactic proportions.
Oh yeah, that is very,
Mario
very
and
true.
Rabbids.
Mario Rabbids. Now, I had a
dive
lot
into
of fun with the
exploration.
first one on this one. More than I thought I
Freely
would.
roam through all sorts
Oh
of
yeah, I thought it was going to be absolute rubbish, but it's such an addicting game.
Yeah. I would have finished it if my
Find coins.
save file didn't corrupt towards the end of the game, and I was just too disheartened to
And
try
help
and
out the locals with
play
their
it again.
travels.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's just awful.
You can
Oh
get
yeah,
items that'll come in
nothing
handy
worse than
during
getting
battle.
so
After
far
each
and
quest or
then
battle, your team will
finding
earn
out your
rewards
save file's
and
totally
get
corrupted. You
stronger.
can't recover it.
Sparks are here to lend a helping hand. Recruit up to 30 different Sparks, each with their own special powers and skills.
So that's
They
what that's
can help
about.
Spark a decisive victory. Can Mario and the Rabbids put an end to the darkness? Mario Plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope launches on Nintendo Switch October 20th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. A gold edition can also be pre-ordered, containing the base game, weapon skins, and a season pass. Restore
Jeez.
peace between humans and monsters. Rune Factory 3 returns on Nintendo Switch.
Oh, okay. I've heard about this one.
Take a break from quests to chat with the locals. Cultivate.
Jeez, when was the last Rune Factory released?
Oh,
among other
your guess is as
relaxing
good as mine. I think, wasn't that a PlayStation?
You can also transform.
Look at
Yeah,
Your abilities in battle.
definitely 10 years ago, I reckon.
depending on your form.
Oof.
Your choices will also cause different events to occur. Plus, a brand new mode has been added to help you enjoy more quality time with your in-game spouse. Rune Factory 3
Wait,
Special
did they just say
launches on
in-game
Nintendo Switch
spouse?
next year.
Sorry, I could only focus on what seemed like a very low frame rate.
Plus, a new Rune Factory series will launch in the future.
But it
Whoa.
wouldn't surprise me.
That's unexpected.
More Nintendo 64 games are on the way.
Alright, what you got?
Pilot Wings
Eh.
64.
Golden Eye, Golden Eye.
Mario
Wait, was
Party.
Golden Eye in 64?
Yes, it is.
Mario Party 2.
Okay, so you're getting the Mario parties. All right, that's cool.
Mario Party 3.
Okay.
Pokemon Stadium.
This I have to know how they're gonna make this to work.
Jeez.
1080 snowboarding.
Oh, cool! I've been itching for a snowboarding game. 1080's not bad.
Excite Bike 64.
Oh my god, I've
These
never played
games
this
will
one, but I had the
gradually be
original.
added in the future. You can play a
So
selection of
next year
Nintendo
we'll get
64
Pokemon
games
Stadiums
and
1
enjoy
and
many
2.
more gaming benefits with an active Nintendo
I would have never
Switch
thought they would have brought them over.
Pack membership.
I want to know how they're gonna bring
Oh,
them
and there's
over
one
because you
more
needed
game we
the
should mention.
transfer pack for the 64.
Come on, please, Breath of the Wild 2.
It's a James Bond game.
Nah. GoldenEye.
I think you. Yeah. Oh my god, you called that.
Yeah. It's a classic. You can't have N64 games without GoldenEye.
With these Nintendo Switch
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Live
I got
your
the
best
remake,
life
was
on the
alright.
newly discovered continent of Antuisia in this
Various
immersive
Day Life.
RPG.
See, now this looks like
Perform over
Octopath Traveler,
100
but
types of daily tasks
with better
to build
graphics.
character and deepen your relationships with the locals. In doing so, you'll gain access to different job classes. and
Yeah,
abilities.
no, I agree with you on that.
Grand adventure into the
But-
unknown awaits. Various Day Life launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Oh, wow.
A malfunction causes you to crash.
Jeez,
land on a
I mean,
strange planet. Build a
not for me, but glad people
in
can
this
get something.
sim game. Scour the
Factorio?
planet for materials. Build
Oh,
machines to refine them
interesting.
into various resources. Eventually, you'll construct multiple production
This
lines like these.
this is very Age of Empires like.
Creatures will attack, so
Mhm.
keep them at bay.
Oh, so it's
I
kind of
like
a
the-
mix.
Nintendo Switch, October 28th.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, kind of mix.
A young girl
I was just saying,
named
it looks
Ib
like a
visits
mix
an
of
art
work of
museum
like
with her parents in this
StarCraft
2D
and
exploration adventure.
the other game you
She
had
wanders
mentioned.
through a busy gallery by the artist Guertena until one particular piece draws her in. Will she be able to safely return to her own world? Every decision affects her fate in Ib. Launching on Nintendo Switch spring 2023.
Oh, I'm disturbed.
Mario Strikers Battle
This seems
League, where
very
players
dark.
locally on one system can get gritty, is getting a second free update. Joining the roster are Pauline, a physical powerhouse with fast movements
Really?
and strong tackles. And Diddy Kong, a midfield speedster with dazzling techniques and high pass accuracy.
Ooh,
Plus, more gear and another stadium are being added. The
Pauline.
second free update
Was it-
launches this
I think
month.
Pauline was the damsel in
The
distress for
final
Donkey
summer
Kong.
begins.
I have no idea. I was actually about to ask you where Pauline is from.
どこまでも眩しくて想像しいあの夏が始まるそんな予感が
When strange islands suddenly appear, Ryza and friends set sail to investigate in order to protect their homeland from impending danger. Sprawling landscapes set the stage for your adventure. Freely explore
Yeah.
this vast world.
I just
and
had to look it
forge
up.
your own path
Pauline
in this
is the one
charming
in distress
RPG.
for Donkey Kong,
11
but she's
heroes from all
also
walks
the
of
singer
life will join your
in
party.
Mario.
During battle, work with your
What's the one that came out
allies
for the
to activate
Switch?
various skills, which can be swapped out.
Odyssey.
Mario
Teamwork
Odyssey.
is
Yeah, she's
paramount
she's
after
the
all.
singing woman in Odyssey.
New features are
Okay.
also in store. The
That's kinda
keys to
cool,
this
though.
lively adventure are in your hands.
行くわよ
Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist
That's
of
pretty
the End,
cool.
and the
Looks like
Secret
a-
Key
that looks like a really
launches on
fun
the
game.
Nintendo Switch system February 24th, 2023.
Lot of games for February.
Wave
Yeah.
3 is on the way.
Oh God, Wave 3.
Here's a sneak peek at two courses racing into Wave 3.
At what point do we just get a new Mario Kart?
I don't think we. Well, they're probably hammering out a really massive one. But the fact that they've brought so many tracks to 8 means that you can play 8 for at least another year. Easy.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Mario Kart DS.
Oh, I hated this board so much.
I love this one. This is one of my favorite tracks.
I just want the return of the big banana.
Wave 3 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game launches this holiday.
Hey, Joseph.
Online Plus expansion pack
I just noticed
members
you were
can
in,
enjoy
yeah,
this
GoldenEye
DLC at no
with
additional
online
cost.
play.
The
That's gonna be
DLC
awesome.
can also be purchased on its own.
How was that? Next.
I've actually been considering getting
Nintendo Switch Sports.
Nintendo Online Plus.
Oh, I
In the
have
next
it.
free update, golf will be out.
As a matter of fact, I've got to renew it probably within the next month or two.
Of course, you can play these locally. Additionally, up to 8 players online can play at
Jeez.
the same time on the same course in survival.
Not a big
golf.
fan of the golf
Those
games,
with
but
the
this
most
is
strokes
cool.
will be out. We previously announced that the update would release this fall. However, we'd like a bit more time for development, so the update is now planned for this holiday. Please wait just a little longer. Next, we have a special guest.
I think they did well with Switch Sports, but I think they would have done better if it was more similar to what Wii Sports was, or Wii Sports Resort rather.
Shigeru Miyamoto.
I have a few things I'd like to share with you today, including
He's
some news.
older, isn't he?
First, as you may have heard, the Super Mario Bros. Animated movie we're developing with Chris Meledandri from Illumination will release next spring.
Oh no, it's not.
And Super Nintendo World, which is entering its second year at Universal Studios
Jeez,
Japan,
already.
also open in Hollywood, California, in the US. Recently, we've been working on the finishing touches for both. Today, I'd like to talk a little bit about Pikmin.
Oh, they're doing a Pikmin
It's
4.
been over 20 years since the first game, and we're still
Well,
working on the series.
I think Arlo just lost his mind.
This is Pikmin Bloom. It's a smart
Arlo?
we started with Niantic late last year.
Yeah, he's
in which
another
players all over the world are planting flowers.
YouTuber who does reviews, and he's a huge
quick
Pikmin
rundown
fan.
of the game for
I
those
like
who
to
have
watch
yet
his
to play
reactions,
it.
and every time they mention Pikmin, he just loses his mind.
Pikmin Bloom is a smart device game.
Ah,
that
I
uses
see.
your location.
I could never get into
Looking
Pikmin.
outside, you can find Pikmin, raise them, and plant flowers together.
Oh, Justice got a great
All you
idea
need
here
to
about
do is
the
take
Mario
it with
Kart.
you on your
They
daily
should do a
walks or
Battle
outings.
Arena Mario Kart game,
You
like
can
100
look back
players,
at the
and
end of the
whoever
day
gets
and
first
see where
place
you walked.
on a long
Send out
race or
Pikmin
circuit
and collect
wins
the
it
items
all,
they found that day,
or win with teams.
and feed them nectar to increase their
That's actually not a bad idea.
No, that's a solid idea, especially with the
So,
way
how
things have
many
been going with
steps
some of the
did you
Nintendo
take today?
games.
While you're out and about, you can also use the AR feature to take photos with Pikmin. Pikmin are all around you. Let's take a quick look at my screen. I have nearly 700 Pikmin. They love nectar. If you give Pikmin nectar like you see here, their
Jeez.
flowers will bloom.
Oh, we only got about 10 minutes left.
You'll also see the number of steps you've taken that day.
They haven't really made any huge
Well, I mean-
announcements.
Regarding the map, the clouds will clear along the path you walk, so you can.
No, but they always leave the bangers for the end though.
Yeah,
I
they usually
normally
try to
move around
slide
within
something
Tokyo, but
decent in the
I've
middle.
also been going to Osaka, to Universal Studios Japan.
I think a lot of people will be excited for this.
You'll say to yourself,
This
"Hey,
Pikmin
time
thing?
I'll try walking here." It makes trips and walks a lot of fun. It's a very easygoing play experience you can enjoy just
I mean,
by
they're
taking your
But I
expanding.
don't know.
I hope you'll try it out.
I like the fact that they're expanding a
Okay,
lot of these
now to
properties
the main
out
event.
to the same
Please
similar
take a look
function
at
that
this.
Niantic's original game was. This is like the third or fourth one that they've done like this.
Yeah, because it was Ingress was the original.
Ingress
Then
is
it was Pokemon Go.
Mhm.
The Jurassic World one. And then there's the Witcher one.
Yep, there it is.
And now
Pikmin
Pikmin.
4. There's your first bomb. Yep, I'm almost positive I just heard Arlo squee.
That's right. Pikmin 4
I love
will
that guy.
launch in
I do.
2023. We won't be showing any gameplay today. However, you'll be able to play like this, from the Pikmin's perspective near the ground. I also made a new t-shirt. Nintendo Switch
What a
makes
tease.
games simpler, meaning you can further concentrate on the core essence of Pikmin gameplay. We call it Dandori in Japanese, or strategically planning, deploying, and commanding the Pikmin. I hope you're all looking forward to Pikmin 4. Thank you, Mr. Koizumi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Miyamoto. Now, let's move on to some more headlines.
Well, that's the one I was waiting for because my wife loved this game. Oh. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to be getting the new game.
Get your dancing shoes out, Draco.
Well, you know, she loves to dance, and the fact that there's online play that she can dance with other people means that it adds a little more challenge to her. She loves this kind of stuff. This is literally right up her alley.
How does it track your moves? Does it do it with the Joy-Cons?
Yeah, you hold one Joy-Con and then it just tracks the positions from there.
Can you survive the season of death? As you cultivate a peaceful farm life in the village of Lethe, the season of death quietus continuously returns, threatening to destroy all. Travel the world and find a way to put an end to the calamity in this life simulation RPG.
Very ominous.
Along the way, allies with different motives will join your cause. While facing numerous dangers, you'll begin to uncover the truth of this ill-fated world.
Ooh.
After this presentation, a demo containing the opening data
Very beautiful looking game.
will be available on Nintendo eShop. Save data can be transferred to the full game once purchased. Harvestella launches on Nintendo Switch November
Might give that a try.
Get ready
And
for
then,
a
of course, there's
demo
Bayonetta.
time.
Are they in the same unit? Oh, hold on. I'm a bit behind you.
Arrived in the present day. In the first Bayonetta game, she clashed with angels to recover her lost memories. And in the second, confronted demons to save her best friend. Now, in this third installment, she'll fight to protect the world from the sudden invasion of man-made bioweapons called homunculi.
Don't worry, I know this song by heart.
She's gone from fighting for herself to fighting for others.
Joseph's like, is it me or is there farming aspects to in these games? Is there a lot of them? Yeah, a bunch of the farming crack games are coming out. A lot of bread and butter.
And another
Yeah, a lot of quote-unquote Animal Crossing clones.
also joins in on the action.
So there's another good announcement. So yeah, you're right. They're definitely dropping the good ones now.
Demon summoning. Globe-trotting adventure.
You know what I'd be interested to see? Bayonetta X Devil May Cry crossover.
Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. After today's Nintendo Direct, a new trailer delving more into gameplay will launch on our
The music's
official
pretty
YouTube
solid for
channel.
these games too.
They've always, yeah, it's those franchises. It's always had good music.
Welcome to the city of perpetual rain. Many cases remain unsolved in this corporate-controlled metropolis. Those who investigate are called master detectives, who come from all around the world.
What?
Meet Yuma, an amnesiac detective, and Shinigami, the spirit haunting him after their pact.
Shinigami?
Dive into these unsolved cases as a trainee at the detective agency.
Clock tower.
Thoroughly inspect each crime scene to gather clues and evidence. When you're ready, Shinigami will conjure a realm tying the crime scene to the truth. A mystery labyrinth. Overcome obstacles and manifestations of mysteries to edge closer to the actual events. However, mystery phantoms will attempt to hinder your progress during each case. Avoid their barrage of
Very
falsehoods
interesting
and
looking
slashing
game.
contradictions.
Yeah,
Uncover the secrets
it's
of
like
Master Detective Archives. Raincoat,
it's like a combination
launching first on the
of
Nintendo Switch
Professor
system,
Layton
spring
and
2023.
Ace Attorney with a bit of Final Fantasy mixed in it. Oh,
If you dare.
damn, Village. Are they gonna be doing this one on streaming as well? Yeah,
Latest
Cloud.
installment in the Resident Evil series.
Yeah, they'd have to.
Nintendo Switch
I
as
think it'd be
Cloud
too rough for the Switch.
Ethan Winters
See,
must
I'm not
face
sure
the
about
horrors
that
of the village
because
and its
there
fearsome
are
lords to rescue
bigger
his
chips that they can
adopted
use to store the game.
Resident Evil Village
And
Cloud
if you're
launches on
clouding it,
Nintendo Switch
then I can
October
understand.
28th.
Then the system can handle
You can download and try
can
out
handle
the
that.
free demo
My
today on
my
Nintendo
concern is
eShop
more of the fact that
pre-order
cost,
the
because
full
those
game.
chips are a bit more expensive.
The Winter's Expansion
Oh, yeah.
DLC contains a
Um,
new third-person mode, additional story.
I don't know.
content,
I'm not a big
and
fan of cloud gaming.
launch December 2nd. Additionally,
Yeah, my issue with it is that it's only good. It's only good for as long as they're supporting it. The moment they kill support,
this year.
you no longer have the game.
Yeah.
It's an action-packed lineup of Nintendo Switch games.
All right, here's a whole bunch of stuff.
Vanquish foes to avenge your father in this kung fu action brawler. By thrusting, tripping, and parrying opponents, you'll break their stance and gain the upper hand. Fall in combat and you'll get older and weaker. In
This
turn,
seems
however, you'll learn new techniques
so
to complete your
rough.
mission. Can you exact revenge before your time runs out? Sifu pummels its way onto Nintendo Switch November 8th. Pre-orders begin.
I like that system of getting older and developing your skills.
I do appreciate that
leading
too.
up to Final Fantasy VII in this exhilarating action RPG. Zack Fair is a young and ambitious soldier operative aspiring to become a hero.
I wasn't expecting
Together
this.
with Sephiroth and Cloud, he investigates strange disappearances within his elite unit. This remaster features enhanced HD graphics, an updated combat system, and new soundtrack arrangements.
Ooh, I like the
Crisis Core
bombs.
Final Fantasy VII Reunion launches on Nintendo Switch December 13th.
Just
The
waiting for
classic
Sifu
arcade
to drop
shoot 'em
below
up
10 bucks on
Radiant
PSN.
Silvergun is coming to Nintendo Switch. Fire different types of weapons to take down waves of enemies.
Oh god,
Defeat
these
multiple enemies
games.
of the same color
These
for
take
a
me
chain
back.
bonus, or take down differently colored ones for a
Congratulations, we've
secret
come back to
bonus.
Galaga.
Rack up these bonuses for a high score. Radiant Silvergun launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Yeah, it has taken a step backwards, hasn't it?
Heroes and make your way out of a derelict space station in this
But I mean,
black game set in
the retro game community is quite big.
It's not as
Oh
easy
yeah.
as it sounds.
No, I'm not hating
You'll
on
have
it.
to
I
fend
just
off
find it funny that,
continuous
you know,
waves of monsters as
what,
you make
almost
your
40
way
years
through
of gaming,
procedurally
and
generated
we
levels.
still have
Complete
Galaga
various
in
quests
some
to
form or
unlock
fashion.
new heroes, weapons, station areas,
I mean, it is very much a classic, so
players in
it makes
online
sense.
can attempt to escape their grim fate. Do you have what it takes?
Like this one reminds me of
Endless
Smash
Dungeon
TV, but
launches on
slower.
Nintendo Switch next year. The journey of world regeneration begins anew. Remaster of Tales of Symphonia
Oh,
is coming
wow.
to Nintendo Switch. The world of Silverrot is controlled by shadowy forces called Desians. To stop them, a person known as the Chosen One
I
is sent to
definitely
Tower of
did not
Salvation.
imagine that this would be coming.
On a journey with
I
Cloud,
actually missed out on it
current
when it first
Chosen
came
One
out.
and his childhood friend in this beloved action RPG. They'll meet allies along
Too many
the
games,
way,
not enough
like the
time.
wandering aristocrat Zelos, and a lumberjack who lost
Jeez.
her emotions after
Ain't that the
experiment.
truth?
Presage.
Now, I would really appreciate this even
allies
more
will
if it
also
actually had those
join the
animated
party.
cutscenes.
The fate of two
when they
interconnected worlds
redid Chrono Trigger
hang in
for the
the balance.
PlayStation, they went back, and Akira
Tales of
Toriyama
Symphonia Remastered
went back
begins
because he was
its
the art
journey on
director.
Nintendo
He
Switch early
added
next year.
in a whole bunch of animated cutscenes that made that game so much better. What do we got here?
Ooh.
Life is Strange. Okay. Romancing Saga. Good classic RPG there. Lego Brick Tales.
Jeez.
That's cute. Disney Speedstorm. I could just picture it now. Oh, sorry, Goofy, you suck.
Fall Guys kind of fell off.
No, it's still going. It's
You
just
don't see much of it.
Kirby's Return to Dreamland
I think it's very,
is coming to Nintendo
very
Switch.
much like Among Us. It's still going, but not as strong as it used to.
This is true.
To help Magolor return to his home planet, Kirby and his friends set off on an adventure. In addition to sword, whip, and other familiar copy abilities, the new Mecha copy ability makes its debut. Blast foes from a distance, or punch them up close.
Great.
It's packed
Gundam
with
Kirby.
other power moves as well. The game supports
We saw Zelda Kirby. Could that be an Easter egg hinting towards Breath of the Wild 2 announcement?
Maybe.
while using their favorite copy abilities.
Well, to be fair, that version of Kirby has been in the games
There's
for a
also
while.
collection of sub-games to play.
Schlitterman Dream.
Sub-game Magolor's Tome Trackers. And returning ones like Samurai Kirby.
What?
All sub-games can be played with up to 4 players.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm sorry, the Kirby games always slap.
Yeah, they're always fun. Looks like they're bringing in some of the newer mechanics from the games
Switch
too.
System February 24th, 2023. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
That's awesome.
As part of Kirby's 30th
big announcement, big
anniversary,
announcement.
A remake of Kirby's Return to Dreamland will be released. We hope you're looking forward to this game. Thank you for watching today's Nintendo Direct.
I forgot it was Kirby's 30th anniversary.
This next trailer will be our last announcement. Please take a look.
Zelda or Metroid. That's my picks.
Yeah. Hold on. My phone is ringing.
Yeah. Looks like it's Zelda. Maybe? Those look almost like Moblins. Yeah. Yep. Looks like we're getting Zelda. Some Zelda content finally. Yay! Oh, that looks so good. Hey, rule number 1 of skydiving, Link. Bring a parachute.
Man has a whole glider and he just jumps off. Doesn't die hard.
Tears of the Kingdom. So we have a title.
Finally. It has been a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had to restart everything, or they had to push it back a bit. Oh. Well, I better clear my calendar for May.
May is gonna be a big month.
May, I'm gonna disappear. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I really enjoyed that.
I Yeah, I will say for the most part, it wasn't really an exciting direct, but I mean, there were definitely little bits that made it worth it.
Yeah, it wasn't stellar, but it was decent. I think there's some really good games that they've
Yeah, no,
announced.
it definitely, yeah. I mean, it definitely could have been a lot worse. It could have just been like those, like one indie title, not indie titles, but third party titles that you only ever see once and never again.
I wasn't expecting the Tales games, so that was actually a nice surprise. The Octopath 2 trailer was also a welcome surprise. Not like I actually have the time to play them at the moment, but no, and I'm glad that we finally got something of Zelda. We have a name, and we now know that we're gonna have to be waiting about what 8 months before we'll actually see anything. So most likely the February March direct is when we're gonna get some heavy information about that game.
Yeah, look, it's a bit upsetting it got pushed back as far as it did, but you know, better to have a delayed rushed game. So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, Shigeru Miyamoto, I think, put it best when he said it. A delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad.
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think my biggest question out of everything that they showed us is how exactly Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 are going to work. Because are they going to tie it in with home? Or are they going to just do something else on their own? I don't know.
I don't know if they'll tie it in with home. Uh, Personally, I can't see that happening. But I mean, they what they've done with home now, making everything compatible. It is very much a possibility.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, it wouldn't be the first time they've tried something different. Um, but I think the big question is number one, if they're going to do the compatibility with home, how is that going to work with the new moves on the old game? Number two, and the bigger question is, there are certain gift Pokemon that you get for playing the game, or not gift Pokemon, but I believe if I recall correctly, Pokemon Stadium 1, if you beat the game and there's a Pikachu in your team, you get to teach that Pikachu Surf. Well, you can teach Pikachu Surf now in Sword and Shield. So what would
Really?
Yep. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, they made it so that Pikachu can learn Surf now on Sword and Shield.
Hmm.
But what you can't teach it is Fly. And right now the only way to get Fly is via the terrestrialization that they're going to introduce for the new game.
I mean, in all fairness, um, a pre-order bonus or whatever it is, or for a pre-order bonus, that is pretty decent. Definitely beats out the money Meowth.
But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, direct wise, this, I mean, it wasn't stellar, but it was good, and I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, there were a lot of games I didn't expect and I didn't think I would end up liking. And I actually did end up liking quite a few, so bit upset there was nothing Pokemon, but after the two trailers was it last week? Oh well, this month. Um I wasn't too set on it. So
I mean, like for me, that's about it. I can't think of anything else to say about this trailer. I've got a couple of games that are on my radar, a couple of games that I know my wife is gonna probably drag me to the store to tell me to get. But other than that, I think the only game I'm really looking forward to right now is gonna be that May drop for the new Zelda game.
yeah, look, that game is going to be absolutely nuts. If it's anything like the first Breath of the Wild, it's going to be ridiculous. If it's anything better, it's going to break the internet and blow people's minds.
Well, if you actually look at the numbers, when the Switch first released with this game, with Breath of the Wild, they sold more copies of the Switch version of Breath of the Wild than they had Switches to sell.
Oh yeah. No, I mean,
So
you look at.
Hmm?
I was going to say, I mean, look at Hyrule Warriors. That's a spin-off, and that did phenomenally well as well.
Hmm.
So I think the Zelda community is definitely going to be carrying Breath of the Wild 2. Or I've actually completely forgotten the name.
Well, I mean, the
Oh,
Zelda as a whole has always done fairly well with few exceptions.
yeah, no, I completely agree with that.
But yeah, the other thing I'm thinking about is excuse me. The other thing I was thinking about is we've gotten almost all of the Zeldas, I think, ported over with just a few exceptions. But like Breath of the Wild did numbers that nobody expected. Like I said, they sold more copies of the Switch version of Breath of the Wild than they actually sold Switches, which means people were buying this game without even owning the system first. And that is definitely a testament to the greatness of that particular game. And I know I spent several hundred hours playing that game. As a matter of fact, I was in the middle of doing the Master Run challenge with trying to do my best saving all of my weapons. So of course the first thing I do is find a magnetic rock or a block or something and proceed to pummel my opponents with the magnetic rock.
Hmm.
That was fun.
Yeah.
But
I've been considering getting a Wii U and cracking it, so I can play some modded Breath of the Wild.
I mean, they're still finding stuff about that game too. I think last year, someone discovered uh, a workaround for some of the harder dungeons that nobody had actually seen, and then about 2 years before that, someone managed to get up to the castle tower without even going through a single enemy.
Jeez.
Yeah, they just required the time stop and a couple of weapons, and what they would do is they would time stop and beat a specific rock up to go in a certain direction, get on the rock. It would launch them up. They would swap around a few weapons, go back, which would cool down the time stop. So they would do it again, continue to beat the rock, go back, and then it would launch them even higher. Then they would soar down on the glider to the top of the castle to get a couple of the items that were already up there that are almost impossible to get early game. Insanity.
Nah, people are crazy when it comes to trying to speed run and find workarounds, and I don't know. People are just too clever.
Well, I think we should probably just end the stream here since there's nothing much else to talk about.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea before you go on a world famous 6-hour tangent about something very much unrelated.
Right? Well, everyone, thank you for joining. And if you're catching this on the replay, join us on another one of our recordings coming up soon. I'll be dropping one tomorrow, actually. So have fun.